Hi there, I'm Claire Jefford. I thought I'd shake things up a little bit today and start you outside. It's always unpredictable with the noise and the birds and the cars and the planes. I'm going to take you in soon, but what I want to share with you is some DIY disasters in interior design. And why do these things happen? Well, one big reason that it happens is lack of planning and also putting your trust in the people that are not the right people to put your trust in when it comes to design. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. You're going to see some really bad designs here. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe. Click the button down below. Hit the bell. And I'd like to see you here regularly. I send out videos every week. And I would like to see you here. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go see some really bad examples of bad design. But we're going to have fun with it. And we're going to learn from it. That's the most important thing. Now, I just want to preface this by saying that we don't all need to like the same things. Everything doesn't have to be the same taste. I get that. That's no problem. But I think it's also important to recognize when there's just bad design or when things are happening that isn't the best function for a space, and sometimes questioning why are we doing this. And that's what I'm just going to look at here today. So just having a little bit of fun with this, but also realizing that this is why it's really important to hire a professional when you're doing design and renovations. Okay, so here we go. Gonna jump into this. This is a client's home from before. And this was their basement. Now this is what they did not inherit this, but they had hired a contractor previously to hiring me. What's wrong with this? Well, where should we start? Well, one, let's just forget about the fact that there's an ottoman sitting in front of it that's way, way too short, because that may have just been pushed there at the time. I don't really know. Okay. The other thing is this here. What is this? Well, this is when the contractor decided that he would get fancy. And as I asked the clients, what is that? They're like, we don't know. We just said, do you want me to put a little bit of extra detail there? And they were like, yeah, okay, well, do what you want. They didn't have a design. They couldn't see what he was doing. So they said, yeah, and that's what they got. So I'm not really sure what the point of that is. And these here are corbels. Can you see these? These are very traditional corbels put in with this tile here. And this is not my client's style at all. That's what's very frustrating, right? Is that this is nothing that my clients would ever go for. But they got the leftovers. That's what they got. They got the leftovers. He thought, oh, I have a couple of pieces here. I'll add this in. So I'm not really sure, but that is really, and that's the first thing you see when you walk down into their basement, right? They have since moved, but this was there. So just why, right? So when you're doing design, you really need to think about it. Why are we doing this? Why do we do an accent wall? Why are we accenting this wall with paint color or wallpaper? Why are we putting these corbels here that are nothing to do with the style anywhere else of what the client has in their home? What is this strip going along the middle? Is that a visually pleasing? Is it visually pleasing? Comment below and let me know. But now this same area, this has where the contractor built the bar and then decided to build this upper cabinet. just hanging there, no man's land, nothing underneath it. Okay, so first of all, why? What, just so we could get a microwave and some other cabinets? Okay, but why not, when you did the design, take this counter and wrap it? You should be wrapping that base cabinetry around there, because then it becomes much more functional. It looks better. It makes more sense. Now it just becomes very awkward. They can't really put anything underneath here, because whatever they put underneath there, it has to be quite narrow, or else the doors when they open are going to hit it. And it's just not functional. It's not pretty. Doesn't make sense. So again, you hire a designer, we do renderings for you. You can see the space before you're actually committing to it, because if someone saw this, I would say, what is the point? So let's have a look at here. This is a different client, lovely clients. This isn't like, I'm not saying this is a total disaster. This is dated, and I just want to show you how we updated this. But when we came into the home here, this is on the wall, and it's, it obviously stands out because it's a different color with the purple, the lilac. And then you've got the tile, surrounded here, which doesn't even appear to have any purple in it. So I'm not really sure how that came to be. But again, I love these clients. I love working with them, and we were updating quite a bit of their home. And so I said, this is something that we definitely need to bring up to date. This needs to come up to date. So what we suggested was So now what we did was we added some beautiful molding, brought it out a little bit, gave it some more dimension, more depth, made it a little more, you know, it is the focal point of the room, even though there's a TV here that you can't see because we did Photoshop it out. But, you know, we just added nice, simple tile. The little subway tile in here, it matches nicely with their paint color, which they weren't changing. And this is painted the same white. We updated all of the trim around the home. Just added this crown on top of this detail. Okay, and finally, and these were a client's home. There's nothing terribly wrong with this, although I'm not really sure why you would have a hot tub in your home. Now, they inherited this house. They didn't put this in. This is how it was when they moved in. But they weren't really sure what to do with this room. Now, we came in and we redesigned this room for these clients. There was a bathroom in behind here and a door, so we repurposed that space back there. We're focusing on this room now. Really wanted to bring it up to date. And then this area here, hopefully you can see in the next slide. This is what we gave them. So we said we kept obviously the skylights that they had here, but this was a beautiful bay window. Obviously this is not their backyard looking out to the meadow. They have another beautiful backyard, which is forested area. And we've got a table. We did a custom bench seat, and there's the final look of what we did. So it made it, again, a much more functional space. Beautiful table. This is like a little crafting area, or they can sit and have their, you know, in the morning, they could have their breakfast or have lunch. Just a really nice, quaint place. And got rid of, obviously, the flooring. I put all new hardwood flooring in there. And now it's a beautiful space. Okay, now I hope you can understand why it's so important to hire an interior design professional to help you with your space. You don't go to the contractor, you don't get any leftovers, you get the right advice from professionals that know what they're doing, because they do this day in, day out, like me. So if you're in the Burlington, Toronto, Oakville, Mississauga area, feel free to reach out to me, info@clairejefford.com. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you and hear about any fashion faux pas, design faux pas that you've seen or that you've experienced yourself. And other than that, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you next time. And she's got this look that she doesn't like, but you know, this is what happens when you don't have a designer. I'm just saying.